Welcome back to World of Warcraft, Burning Crusade Classic Blind, episode 300. Got some interesting stuff I want to do today. Mostly focusing around going to Orgrimmar. Why we're doing that, I will get to in a little bit. But first, since it is a milestone episode, figured we would quickly go over how things are currently progressing. Slash played 13 days, 5 hours. There you go. Not bad. For 300 episodes. If we look at our level, 54. Our gear, we got various things. Some of them are not great, and I should probably just buy something off the auction house, but I just kind of take whatever I find. It's our current weapons. We got a gun. All these different reputations. Our skills. PvP. Not much PvP. That's for sure. In our inventory, we've got a lot of different things. We got food, we got quest items, 3 pets. We've got a cat, a chicken, and a squirrel. I think we'll go with the chicken today. And in our bank, just a lot of things. This needs to be dealt with pretty soon here.
Keep it real.
And do a bit of blacksmithing. And what else we got? Could go through the map, but there's still a few places we haven't been. But for the most part, we're not doing too bad in exploring more areas. Haven't really been to the Plague Lands. Yep. It's a work in progress. To get into what I'm trying to do today, I think it would be a good idea to go through my experience in the various dungeons of the game. The first dungeon that I did was the Dead Mines, where we ended up with only 4 people, but we got there in the end. There were serious complications with this, as you might expect, with only 4 people, and not the best coordination or anything, but we got there, slowly but surely, and it was a good first dungeon experience. The next actual dungeon progress I ever made was a particular warrior quest in Razorfen Crawl. Tried it by myself, didn't quite manage it, but got into a duo with this guy, and it was a piece of cake. But we were only here for the one quest here, so not the entire dungeon. The next actual completion of a dungeon I did was Stockade. It was a bit of a process to get a group together for this one. I ended up soloing a lot of it, but eventually we got a group together with someone vastly overleveled, and we just kind of walked through the dungeon. Not a large dungeon, so very, very quick once we got enough people. And then it was my turn to be overpowered when we went to Black Fathom Deeps. Significantly higher level than the enemies makes for a very simple time. I really only wanted to do the quests in the area. That's one of the reasons I go to dungeons, so being able to help other people out with my high stats and lack of skill works for me. And then I headed to Nomergon. This team was more level appropriate, but we did a pretty good job. More complicated dungeon with having to run around to the different areas for the key cards, but overall, a pretty good time. I then returned to Razorfang Crawl in an attempt to complete some quests. I managed to do a little bit by myself by basically going backwards through the dungeon, I believe it ended up being. Kind of went down to the bottom part with no bosses in the way and managed to get this guy out at least. But we still weren't quite at the point where we could go through the rest of the dungeon alone. So we needed to retreat once again. And then I tried Razorfang Crawl again. This time going up above. I think I fought at least a few bosses, but unsurprisingly, with only a few episodes in between, I still could not continue Razorfang Crawl. I had been here so many times at this point. So I was very happy when the very next episode I managed to get a team together and with a little bit of help easily managed to clear the rest of the dungeon. After the final boss, it was a bit interesting because I knew all about the quests down below because I already did them. So that was a fun bit of actually knowing what's going on for once. So glad that I finally managed to finish this dungeon. It was a whole thing. And then, as if to get my revenge on the concept of dungeons, I stumbled upon and soloed Shadowfang Keep. Died a few times, but with a little bit of having all the attacks miss me because I was such a high level, we managed to get there in the end. Next up, we went and did all of Scarlet Monastery. All 4 wings. An interesting process. I think we had a slightly higher level on the team again, so not a very difficult dungeon to complete. But we had already started by soloing a bit of it ourselves, so it was at an appropriate level for us at least. But we managed. It's always fun when the boss stuns the entire group to have a little monologue, and then we come back and beat him up. So that was another dungeon down. Next dungeon I went to was Uldaman, where they used an interesting strategy to bring the boss up from where they started to make things easier for us. He summons, like, healing guys, so by bringing them up here, it takes them longer to get to him, and then you target them so they don't heal him. You probably already know this. It's Uldaman. It's been around for a long time. It was an interesting strategy. I imagine it would have been much more difficult to do this downstairs, which is why the strategy was created in the first place. Very interesting to see emergent gameplay like that. I then, very quickly, returned to Uldaman to finish up some of the quests that we hadn't finished the first time. And this time, since I actually knew about the move the boss upstairs strategy, I was entrusted with going down there and doing it. We ended up not pulling the boss quite as far, like up into the actual room. So I'm not sure if that actually made much of a difference, because we still managed, but they're just sitting here like, no, keep running, we gotta go. Overall, again, having more knowledge of the dungeon was very beneficial for us. Even if we didn't quite go all the way, it still worked out. The next dungeon was Zul'Farrak. The absolute highlight of this one has got to be the staircase with the dozens and dozens of guys coming up towards you. A very, very interesting encounter. And the way the dungeon is all outside and all a bunch of different ways you can go. Another highlight for me. Much like with Uldaman, we had a few quests that weren't finished yet in Zul'Farrak, so we went back for another round. Also, this time we had somebody with the mallet, so we got to fight Gazrilla. It didn't go smoothly, but we managed it, and that was another quest completed. And another everything of note in a dungeon completed. Look at the size of this land. Very impressive. And most recently, we went to Maraudon. Again, difficulty getting a group together, and had a higher level person on the team. Technically, I was over leveled for this dungeon too, I believe, but either way, we managed. Well, not entirely. We did not complete quite a few quests here. But that just means we might just come back here later. And now, some different dungeons. In an attempt to see as much of the game as possible, I had a check to see if I've missed any dungeons, and there's been a few. Mostly right around here. All the time I've spent in Razorfen Crawl, I never have been to Razorfen Downs for some reason. I guess I just never had any quests in that area. But that's still a little bit higher level. I don't know if I could solo that myself right now, so that is a adventure for another day. What really interests me are these two incredibly low-level dungeons that I never went to. And based on their location, they're probably almost entirely horde dungeons. Speaking, of course, of the Wailing Caverns, which I'm going to take a wild guess and say is in Wailing Caverns right here. And the other one, and the focus for today, Ragefire Chasm, which is apparently in Orgrimmar. So, it's going to be a similar situation as the Stockades. And I did see a horde player in the Stockades once, so this whole adventure we're going to be doing is not entirely without precedent. But in order to keep things interesting for myself, I only went as far as seeing that it is in Orgrimmar. Where precisely it is, I do not yet know. So, I've got this map, though, which is convenient. I've got like, bridges or something. Paths in. Multiple paths, maybe? We have Valley of Honor, Cleft of Shadows, The Drag, Valley of Wisdom, Valley of Spirits, Valley of Strength. I'm not sure. My current plan is to go there, die, explore it as a ghost, and then try to revive myself over and over until I get into the instance. How well that goes, we will have to see. That is the current idea. But first, I'm seeing there's a quest marker here in Ratchet. So I'm going to grab, well, not grab, I'm going to look at it. I guess that's something I haven't shown yet. My quest log. I got various quests for various dungeons and locations. Currently trying to whittle the number down here. So I have not been taking every quest I see like I had previously been doing. Let's see what this person wants. Liz Rizzlefizz, workshop assistant.
Well, hello.
Hiya, this workshop isn't mine, no. But one day after I finish training, I'm going to be an inventor, just like my hero, Marvin Rivet Seeker. You've never heard of him? Well, it just so happens that he left quite some time ago to study some ancient troll ruins he kept talking about. He left in a Zeppelin. Not quite sure about where exactly he went. Tenanarson, Tenanarson. There's shakes her head. No, that's not it. Volcanic activity. Being apprenticed to Marvin Rivet Seeker, I've learned so much. But he's been gone for such a long time now, so I think I'm going to work on some experiments of my own. I'm reading about Ungoro Crater most recently, and about the strange volcanic activity going on in the middle of the crater. I think a lot could be learned if I could just get some of the ash from the elementals there. Do you think you'd mind collecting some for me if you're going that way? Okay, this one I actually will take, because I have intentions of going to Ungoro Crater pretty soon. Collect 9 samples of Ungoro ash from the fire elementals around the volcano. So that's news. There is a volcano in Ungoro Crater. That's good.
Pleasure doing business.
I can do that. I can do that. Okay. So that's going to be exciting. There's a volcano over there. I poked my head into Ungoro Crater a little bit ago. I think I saw some, like, dinosaurs or something, but that's not a specific thing for that area. A volcano, though, that's pretty interesting. There's been areas with lava and stuff, but I don't know if there's been actual volcanoes involved. So, that's going to be something to see. But first, we'll probably head along the coast here. There might be mountains in the way. Let's take the roads. There's like a cliff here. I don't know if that's a cliff down or up. There's a sickly gazelle. That's great. Alright. Heading through the Barrens. Probably need to avoid the crossroads, at least a little bit. Pretty sure that's a horde place. I remember being attacked there a while ago. And that's going to be a continual problem, I feel. Since we're going to be doing a bit of exploring in Durotar. I managed to unlock this area by peeking over a cliff here. I don't know if I'll be able to get down there. Might have to go around in the water to get there. Yeah, that all depends on how much defenses we're going to run into. There's a baker. And it's definitely going to be more of guards that's going to be the problem. Because, from what I could see, Durotar is a starting zone. Even lower level than the Barrens here. So, that would not be the problem. Wildlife. Level 11s. Not so threatening. One thing I'm going to need to consider when heading into Orgrimmar is death breaks my stuff if I'm wearing it. And then if I respawn at the spirit healer guy, it breaks everything on me and in my inventory. So I'm pretty sure this is a thing that people sometimes do. You take off your stuff, and then you die, and then you continue running back to your corpse, pushing a little further. So, that's probably going to be how we manage this. I might keep my stuff on for the first run-in, because I'll just take a little bit of damage. And we have enough gold right now to do some repairs. Well, I think that a lot of the NPC guards for towns and stuff got their levels updated when it switched to Burning Crusade. So they might just annihilate me immediately. So we will see how that goes. Yeah, look at this. Looks like we might not have... Hey, Far Watch Post. Perfect. There we go. We got 8 experience for that. And that unlocked this part of the map. Fantastic. That's part of what I try to do here. Unlocking the map. Let's head into Durotar. Almost made it across the mountain. I avoided the bridge because there might be like guards on the bridge. Doesn't look like it. Probably would have been fine. Either way. Durotar. We got level 9 pig. Very good. Interestingly, you can read the Horde signposts, even if you can't speak to other Horde. I guess maybe the written language is the same? Or it's just a convenience for gameplay. Let's see. While we're here in Durotar, let's see if I can unlock some of the map here. Something interesting. It's got like weird spiny vine things. All these guys. Plenty of copper around. So that's good. Low level area, low level resources. Makes a lot of sense. Got some scorpions. Some kind of ruins of some description here. The Razor Main Grounds. 7 XP. Oh boy. Okay. This path looks like it's going towards that city-ish area. So we might have some problems in this section. If I see any guards, I'm immediately abandoning the way we're going. It's like a smaller compound. Might not have as many guards. I'm able to poke myself up onto the walls and unlock whatever this is. Oh, there's guards. Oh, they're only like all 20. Probably manage that. There's some kind of ruins of some description. Yeah, we got some area to the south here. We managed to skirt around that little town, so we should be okay as long as it stays like nice and open like this to explore to the south here. Here's this ruins of some description. An old castle or something. Stormwind, guys. Tirigard Keep. Looks like it's probably going to be a leveling area for the Horde, so probably not going to have any shops or anything for me. But they got this building, broken as it may be, full of bones. It'd feel a lot more threatening if everybody here wasn't level 5 and 6. And also friendly to me, so. Keep on keeping on, Stormwind guys. You've chosen an interesting location to be. Keep heading south here. Should be okay. Somebody fought a scorpion here. This is just the calm before the storm, really. Just kind of hanging out. Running around a very low level zone for no reason but just to see what there might be. Like this over here. Might be another small town. Port side. Seems like a lot of these smaller ports don't actually have boats or anything, so I'm not getting my expectations too high for this little town over here. This is almost certainly Senjin the Watcher. This is almost certainly Senjin Village. Oh, Senjin Watcher, not Senjin the Watcher. It's actually, the entire place is called Senjin Village. That's something? That might be something. Oh, look at all these guys. That is their mounts. Raptors. Cool. I've got a ram. Just the basic ram. They kind of just got a bunch of islands over here. That actually might be something. All right, we're going to the islands. It's on the map, so. Echo Isles. Ooh. Some kind of ruin out here in the middle. Based on location, probably a low-level area still. Very tropical. Jorotar Tiger, what are you doing? Get out of here. Very rude. That was his island. Can't really blame him. It's fine. See if there's anything interesting over in these ruins on Echo Isles. Probably not going to be anything that interests me at my level. Besides the scenery, of course. And we'll try not to drown. Pro tip, do not drown. What do we got in here? Some very similar ruins to other ruins we've seen before. Fun little snake statue. Bunch of dead trolls. It's like a troll encampment over here in the ruins. Okay. That's good. Nice place you got here. And another tiger. Okay. I want to see if there's something back in here. And then we can start heading north. The chicken's just walking underwater. It's a robot. Maybe it can just do that. Although, the cat does that too, so... eh. There's multiple tigers on this island. Okay. Back over to the mainland. Sure, there would be some quests there. But not for me. Not for me. Dark Spear Strand. Back on the ram. Some kind of fishing hut over here. Possibly a fishing trainer here. Yep. And centaurs. I guess definitely looks like something right here. It's these Kolkar Centaur areas. Kolkar Crag. Yep. There we go. And I can almost see the name of this town up here, so that's definitely going to be a location that we need to at least poke our head into to get it unlocked on the map. Here's a troll rogue. Killing the Kolkar. Mining the copper, it sounded like. Okay. So we haven't faced too much resistance. We might face more if we would try to go inside the actual Valley of Trials, actual starting area. It's called The Den. We've seen this from above, up on the... yeah, they got high-level guards there. So that's not a good plan to go that way. And presumably, if we had fallen in on this side into the Valley of Trials, we would have had to have Hearthstoned out or died. We should be able to avoid that, since we already have that part of the map unlocked. Okay. Look at all this copper. Fantastic. I don't really mind copper anymore. Don't have too much use for it. I'm more of a mithril and thorium guy at this point. And I'm not sure if I even need mithril anymore. It's been a little bit since I've looked into doing more blacksmithing. But thorium, pretty sure I need that. So let us try to unlock this town with minimal casualties. If at all possible. Is this the graveyard? Looks like it. Nope, he's only level 32, that's okay. Razor Hill. We got it. Perfect. And get up on this tree or something, maybe we can look in a little bit. It just looks like your regular old town. Ah, the way that goes through the mountains there. We should probably go around just to minimize problems here. Looks like we can cut up through here on the other side of the mountains. All right. So that's like a Karnos equivalent kind of place. The small or medium-ish sized town that you get before you eventually get over to the capital from the starting zones. Very good, very good. Ooh, this looks a little spicy. These boulders here. Ooh, can we get there from here? I don't know if we can get there from here. What's down here? It's like a path. Oh, this is the path. We've managed to swing around in a bit of an arc there, accidentally. Razorwind Canyon. Dustwind Harpies. Dry Gulch Ravine is over there. Looks like we got another spot here to the west. I'll go try to grab that first. Well, there's some spooky things in there with the harpies. That treasure chest? There's nothing I want more than some starting zone treasure chest. I'm sure this is going to be full of very useful things for me. Oh yeah. Great stuff. Okay. More civilization over here. Hut. What do we got here? Torkren Farm. They've got swine and water. But that's not the actual area. Hi, I'm just passing through. Oh, is this more holes to fall in? Thunder Ridge. Well, they got thunder lizards down there. That's probably why it's called Thunder Ridge. Absolutely full of copper, though, so that's fantastic. Okay, next up, let's get back to less ridiculous land and see if we can get over to Dry Gulch Ravine, see what that's all about. A lot of ravines and stuff here. It's probably Orgrimmar. You can tell by the way that it's a huge thing over there. Okay. This is not gonna go well, is it? There's a camp. Some guy with a low-level quest that we could accept if we felt like it, but there's probably no reason to. Could be another farm or something we need to unlock. Yep, the Jagged Swine farm. They also have swine. A very popular farm animal here, it seems. That's like a Zeppelin spot, huh? Cool. There's some copper. The Zeppelin to Gromgal has arrived. All aboard for Stranglethorn. I don't know if I could even get on that. If it doesn't... I think a lot of the boats don't really have guards or anything, so maybe I could. This is Dry Gulch Ravine. Almost. Maybe it's more in there. They were just kind of going around the outside of it. Oh, here's something. It's a little far south, though. I think this is some outskirt buildings from Razor Hill. I think the actual ravine's the actual ravine here. Okay, here's the Dry Gulch Ravine. It's actually over here. Yeah. That was just the lake or something there. Okay. We got the experience there for Dry Gulch Ravine though, so that's good. There's an actual cave down there too. Alright. Lots of opportunities to fall in holes here. That's okay. Some broken down things. I think this is the end of the line for being on top, so we're heading down into the ravine. Seems to be mostly safe, so that's okay. And now, the fun part. I think just for simplicity, we're going to get rid of all this stuff. Rough stone? Nah. Okay. Alright. Orgrimmar. That might be the end of Durotar on the map there, since it just switches to Orgrimmar right there. But we will see. Stuff is currently very well repaired, since we just repaired it. So let's see. The Zeppelin landing tower is over there. Yep. Razor Hill's that way. And this is... Oh boy, look at these guys. Oh. I was gonna say, oh, they're only level 30. Nope. They're a little question mark. It's not great for us. We'll take Orgrimmar. There might be multiple entrances, but this one seems to be the southern one, so it's probably gonna get us into this middle area. So here we go. I've chosen death. Oh, we're too quick. We're too quick for him. Valley of Strength. Valley of Death. I'm dead. Perfect. We are right in the middle here. Alright. And, that's a little far away. Okay. Our stuff took 10% damage. Yep. Alright. So, I think on foot, we would not make very much more progress, whether we wear the armor or not. Also, I think we can't unequip the armor while we're a ghost. So I'm going to see if we can quickly de-equip all of our stuff. Once we revive. Might be a little bit awkward. Should be okay. This death run is a little bit further than I would have liked. And also looks like we got, might be something else right here that we need to explore. Which we're going to have to come back for, because leaving Orgrimmar would take us longer than not doing so. But first we need to find where Ragefire Chasm is. That is the main thing we're going for here. And then we will see how many more deaths it takes to get in. It's probably going to be at least a few. Depending on how long... Yeah, our armor only reduces damage by 28%, so we'd only die a little bit quicker. And health, we would lose about a quarter. So, altogether, our options are take a whole bunch more item damage, or live like 50% longer, maybe. So we will try to avoid that. I don't think I've ever had to take off all my stuff really quickly. So hopefully just some clicks on here will get that to happen. Not yet, though. Not yet. Also, we come back with half health, so that's not gonna help either. Oh, this could be a mess. Could have probably used a health potion to try to get further in, assuming I knew which way I needed to go, which I don't. Here's the Valley of Strength. It's very red. Horde territory. Yep. You got, some of them are level 60 and some of them are higher than level 60. Resurrect now? No. No thanks. Here's the bank. I'm in the bank. Not gonna help me much. There's me. I'm dead. We got various shops. Oh, over here. Valley of Spirits. What do you think? Ragefire Chasm? Valley of Spirits? Eh. Looks like a smaller area with no, like, offshoots, so. I'm going to head to this direction first. The Drag. It's more enclosed, but it's got like tarps over the top instead of actual full rock. There's still open sky here. Wait here. Valley of Honor. Cleft of Shadow. Valley of Strength. Main gate. Let's try the Valley of Honor. It's a mailbox. The further in we need to go, the more problems we're going to have, so. We just need to find the portal that connects to the area. A large building. Hall of the Brave. Nope, this is a building. Possibly some skill tutors in there, I would guess. Let's keep heading further in. As much as I'd obviously prefer it not be further in. It's a chasm. So presumably it might be underground. I don't know. What's this large building? The Ring of Valor. Interesting. It's a gladiatorial arena that I can't jump into. Okay, cool. Does not seem like that's where I need to be. So do I just go up? Yep. Okay. Hunter's Hall. Presumably hunters. Hunter training. Stuff like that. Okay. Not there. It's like a side path that's looking place. Maybe that's just the waterfall. Or it's on the other side. Don't take any fall damage as a ghost, so that's a plus. It's over here. This is just back in. Doesn't seem like it's in the Valley of Honor, but it might be. Depending on how things go, we'll probably need to go over this with a fine-tooth comb if we don't find it eventually. Let's try... Might be a bridge up there. Yep. So presumably you could get up to that bridge to go wherever that goes. Works. Valley of Wisdom. Anything off to the side here? No. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Thrall's Fortress. Gromash Hold. Hopefully it's down here. This could be just tons of people. Nope. Looks like the king or whatever be here. Not the first time seeing a king's chair either. But this is not where we need to be. Corpse is that way. Thank you, map. I'm aware. I'm aware of that. Maybe it is Valley of Spirits. Or maybe in the Cleft of Shadow, I don't know. I don't know exactly what the Cleft of Shadow is. Looks purple on the map, so that's interesting. It could be down. Down might be where we want to be. Cleft of Shadow? Let's try the Cleft of Shadow. Oh, this is fully underground portion. Maybe. Ah, nope, just this part. Okay. Various. We got Poison Shop. Oh, that could be it. Oh, this is far down. Actually, not too far away from where we want to be. The corpse is not in that instance. Yes, this is it. It's an instance, so pretty sure. Also, it's down in a chasm, so that feels right. So let's see if we can plot a course to get down here to Ragefire chasm from our corpse. I think we're going to want to take this entrance to here. So let's see what we need to do to get here. We get a bit of extra distance on each death. Go around this way. So it looks like we're going to have to run through most of the drag and then take the left path there. If we run through the drag, with any luck there's going to be less guards down here. But that's not a guarantee, of course. Here's the Valley of Strength. So we just need to kind of head up here and then take a right and then veer left. Okay. Our corpse is still there. What if we get up on top of here? This guy. I'm not sure if PvP is enabled, since I'm in a quote-unquote PvP area. I'm going to wait until this guy isn't up here. That'd probably be a beneficial thing for me to do. Okay. Alright. We get to heal too. That's something. I don't know if there's a quick way to do this. Can you check out the shirt? No, shirt's fine. And then shirt doesn't have durability. Rings and trinkets don't have durability. Perfect. Let's see what we can see. There's little 30s over there. There's a guard. Try to avoid him. Oh, we're dead. Something killed us immediately. Cool. Alright. But we know where we're going. So here we go. I'm going to cut out the run back to the corpse, but trying to get through the area, that's the interesting part. So, be ya right back. Quick note. I'm walking back. And what do we find? A different, closer graveyard. Apparently, we can't have this. So that's great. That would really cut down the trip here. But oh well. I guess that's just a horde-only graveyard. That makes a lot of sense. Why exactly the other one isn't is another question entirely, but I guess it's just that they needed to have one of the graveyards be alliance capable. And they decided the one further away from the capital city, so that does make a little bit of sense. Slow down people trying to come over here. I can see it. I can see that. But here we are. Back in the town that does not want me to be in it. But we've made a little more progress on our goal to get where we're going. We're dead over here now, instead of over here. No, I don't want to resurrect yet. Give me a little bit more Was that guard right there? He's a little 60 elite. 60 elite. That's not great for us. So we're going to wait for him to move over a little bit. I think this is probably as good as it's going to get. I see him. So we're in the drag now. If we keep back, we can avoid aggroing him as we get through here. There's a warlock. Don't mind me. I still don't know if there's actually PvP here. Based on how we instantly died, I'm gonna guess yes. But I'm just here, don't worry. Wait for a scout Thar to get further away from me. There's a blood elf. Oh, we got another guard coming. I'm going to cut in between them. Yeah, they hurt. They're not killing me instantly, though. Alright. Hopefully we should be able to get into the tunnel past these guys with our next revive. And we're back in Razor Hill. Yay. Okay. We're actually making good progress. This is going acceptably. This is what I expected to happen. And it's happening. So I will get back to Orgrimmar again. Okay. So this is as far as we can go from my corpse. I feel like we might be close enough to aggro these two guards. But I'm going to book it down the tunnel. Oh, there's a guard in the tunnel. What a good spot for a guard. Yeah, we did aggro those guards too. Good. Oh, there's a lot of guards down here. Down in the Cleft of Shadow. We're so very close to where we need to be. I think we'll be able to make it next time. And we're walking. The Orgrimmar guards put up a valiant defense here. But now I'm down here. We're on top of the meeting stone for Ragefire Chasm. And we are in. Perfect. First up, some snakes. Should probably get my gear back on. Okay. I'd say that went pretty well. Pretty well. And now I get to actually do the dungeon. Next time. Goodbye.